Welcome to Devils in Red 59. My name is Steve, and today is Sunday. I'd just like to start by giving a big shout out to a couple of friends of mine in North Somerset, Richard and Scylla, and not forgetting the little dog Ludo or Lugo. So, hello, Richard. Hello, Scylla. Hope you're both well, and thank you for and watching my videos. First of all, I'd like to start off with the results that were played yesterday. Obviously, Aston Villa against Leeds, 1-1 draw. Good result, especially for us. Chelsea and Burnley, 1-1. Again, good draw for us. You know, Burnley done us a favour again there. And Man City and Newcastle. Man City beat Newcastle 2-1. Which has now only put a couple of points between Man City and Arsenal, so that should be quite interesting. And it's put quite a bit more distance between us and the likes of Newcastle that you would have thought would have been challenging for them Champions League spots. But as the games tick away, it's looking very unlikely at the moment whether Newcastle are going to be up in that top half to get some form of European football. So, you know, things are looking good for us in that respect. Just have a quick look at the league table. Uh, Arsenal have obviously played 27 games on 58 points. Manchester City have played 27 games on 56 points. Aston Villa have played 27 games on 51 points. And Chelsea are 27 games on 45 points. Manchester United on 26 on 45, equal with Chelsea until we play the game tomorrow. Liverpool are currently playing. They've played 26 on 42 points. Obviously, they're playing just at the minute, so this is the 27th game against Nottingham Forest. There's 78 minutes gone and it's still 0-0. So if Nottingham Forest can hold them to a draw or even nick the 3 points at the end, again, that'll be a fantastic result in favour of us because obviously it puts even more distance behind us and Liverpool. I think Liverpool would be 6 points behind us if we win our game tomorrow, assuming they lose today. Um, if it ends up a draw, then and we win tomorrow, then obviously it'd be 4 points. But you know, it's creating that gap. Brentford have played 27 on 40. Bournemouth have played 27 on 38. And Everton have played 26 on 38. And Newcastle have played 27 on 36 in 10th position. So as you can see, there is a gap now starting to open up between 6th downwards. So, you know, that puts quite a bit of a cushion between us if we can carry on winning. I don't think those teams below us from Brentford down really are very consistent. So I don't think there's any of those teams going to sort of move back up the table too much to give us any concerns with, you know, your Champions games or Europa games. So, you know, that really is looking good. Obviously, if we do win tomorrow, we will go on to 48 points, which will give us 3 points behind, sorry, points in front of Chelsea, and within 3 points of Aston Villa. So that's only a game. So if we can continue winning and Villa slip up again in their next game or the game after that, then you know we could be into third place, which again gives us quite a bit more of a cushion. Obviously, we're going to Everton tomorrow. Tricky place to go. I mean, obviously David Moyes is ex-manager of Manchester United, albeit he wasn't there overly long. I mean, he understands the winning nature of Manchester United, so that gives him a bit of an insight how he thinks we're going to line up and how we're going to approach the game. I don't think Michael Carrick will make probably many changes tomorrow, if anything. I think he may go for Sesko up front Mbeumo onto the left and Ahmed onto the right, and then obviously Dalot and Shaw left back and right back. And I think his vision will be is to attack where possible and get the crosses in, hopefully for Sesko to get on the end of them and nick us 3 points. I think the game tomorrow, I think we will win it. I think there's a possibility we might go behind by 1 goal first of all, but I've just got a funny feeling we'll win the game 2-1. With our midfield, I don't think there's going to be any changes to that because it's been quite consistent over the last 5 games. So I think it'll be Mainu and Casemiro in the midfield. They seem to be working well together and understanding what each other's going to do. So it's a good partnership starting to form there. And Bruno will be sat in front of them, giving support to Mbeumo and Ahmad, and obviously Sesko if he's the starting striker. The defence could be a change. Harry Maguire in the last game seemed to be struggling a little bit, but he's had a 13-day break, so any little knock that he might have had might have now eased off and gone away. So I think in the defence, it'll probably line up with Shaw on the left back, with Martinez and Harry Maguire central defence, and Dalot on the right hand side. But if Maguire's not available, I mean, there are other options. I mean, he could bring on Yoro, that came on in the last game that we played against West Ham, albeit it was only for, 10 to 15 minutes. He came on and he played really well. So there is a possibility if Harry doesn't play that he might go with Martinez and Yoro in the middle. And, we've also got Mazraoui that could play centre half, and we've got Haven that could play centre half. So we're not really under the cosh, to say who can we play there. We're struggling, we've got too many injuries. We're pretty stacked out with defenders that can play in all manner of positions. And again, if Addy was out, even Luke Shaw could push back across into the defence, and you could possibly play Mazraoui on the left with Dalot on the right, or even Dalot on the left and Mazraoui on the right. So again, we've got a good number of options there. So I think that's pretty much how the team will line up. And I don't think we're going to sit back and try and hit them on the counter. I think we'll want to try and go out, put Everton under pressure, try and nick an early goal. And then if we can achieve that, I think we'll then look to try to get the second goal fairly early, certainly before half time, to give us that 2 goal cushion. But as I say, I've just got a funny feeling that Everton might score first, and then obviously, we've got to come back from that and show what we're made of. But as I say, I think we will probably win the game round about 2-1. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes, whether Everton get the first goal and we come back, make it 1-1, then 2-1, or whether we make it 1-0, Everton then equalise and make it 1-1, and then we nick the second goal towards the end of the game. So it's going to be an interesting game, a game that we can't afford to go there and take lightly at all, with the attitude, oh, well, Everton are below us, so I don't think we've got too much of a problem. They've really got to go out there because we've had missed opportunities before. And if you look at some of the games that we should have won, that we didn't this season, and some of the games that we drew that we should have won and didn't, you could have been probably looking at maybe another 15 points there, which would have put us top of the league. It doesn't really bear thinking about, does it, that we could be top of the league and be sort of 10 or 12 points clear of Arsenal and Manchester City, but some of them games, realistically, we should have won them, and the ones we lost, we should have drawn, so it's not beyond the realms for us to go go to a place like Everton. I know in that our last game, Everton was down to 10 men and we lost it 1-0. I think it was, wasn't it? And but 11 men against 10. I mean, we should have just bombarded them and at least got the draw. I mean, to have come out of that with really nothing wasn't that that good. But I'm pretty sure Everton beat us, didn't they? 1-0. I mean, it could have been 1-1. It's been a while ago now, but either way, I think it's a game that we should have won, and it should have been another 3 points in our bank, really. Um, it's been reported that in the summer, I mean, obviously, there's a lot of stuff going about at the moment about we're linked with a double £80 million players from the Bundesliga and various other rumours that have gone round over certain recent days that were interested in this person, that person, the other. Um, I think it's a lot of spin, but I mean, what's come out now is that the finances at Manchester United are going to be very tight for the summer, and they're possibly going to be looking and exploring free agents um, of quality that can enhance our squad. Because obviously, if we get the Champions League football the end of the season, we've got players that are possibly going to be leaving. Casemiro's definitely leaving, as we know. I think there's a good chance that Ugarte will go. There's good good rumours around Xerxes going. We don't know what's going to happen with Harry yet, albeit they're saying he's close to signing a new contract. Things can change. I mean, look at the things with De Gea. I mean, he went on holiday and he was always going to sign a new contract and this, that, and the other, and he come back off his holidays to find out there was no new contract for him and Onana was coming in. So, there's no guarantees with anything. So that Harry could be on his way out. So that'd be Harry, Ugarte, Casemiro, Xerxes, and we still don't know where we are with Bruno yet. I mean, if Bruno did decide to leave, which he won't make that decision until the World Cup's finished. I mean, we could have 5 players going out, and even with those 5 players, if they were remaining at Manchester United, we'd still need to bring in 6 or 7 players. So if those 5 go as well, theoretically, you could be saying that we need to bring in at least 10 to 12 players. Now, that would come at an awful great cost. So, yes, I can believe that Ineos will be looking at the free agents. I mean, there are free agents out there, and perhaps we could have bought in 1 or 2 of those in January to bolster our squad yet a bit, but we didn't. And you have to sort of ask yourself the question that if they're going to start looking at free agents for the summer, why didn't they bring in at least 1, maybe 2 free agents in the January window? Because there were free agents actually available that could have done us a bit of good for the next 4 months. But with all the players that are likely to be leaving and the players that we need to be bringing in to make sure we've got a strong enough squad to compete in the Premier League games, and also in the if we get the Champions League game or the Europa League, we need to have a bigger squad again, to compete in those competitions. So obviously free agents, yes, they probably are going to be looked at very seriously. Um, if we're going to spend 200 million and that only brings us in maybe 4 players, then there's probably still another 5 players that we need to bring in purely for those competitions. So obviously free agents are going to be, seriously looked at, I would have thought. The injury list on some of our players in relation to tomorrow's game, they don't expect anybody to be back on the bench. albeit Mason Mount, they say, is probably the closest to coming back. It's unlikely that he's going to feature on the bench tomorrow. I'd be very surprised if he is. De Ligt is another one. They're saying he's not too far behind Mason Mount, but obviously with the World Cup in mind, I don't think De Ligt's going to force his way back because he's going to want to be fit for that World Cup squad. So if he does come back, I can't see him coming back probably till the end of March, even beginning of April. And that's going to be the scenario, unfortunately, because he's going to have that World Cup in mind more so than Manchester United, I think. And Dorgu, again, no real news on him other than the fact that, he's hamstring and, it's probably going to still be looking at April before he comes back in. So, there's no real change too much with those three players, only apart from Mason Mount probably being the closest it could feature off the bench probably within the next 3 to 4 weeks. So that is pretty much the update. And obviously, tomorrow's game, as I said, we want to go there and we need to secure that 3 points just to get us back in the top four and give us that cushion between Chelsea and Liverpool. Liverpool at the moment, they are in extra time at 93 minutes and it remains Nottingham Forest 0, Liverpool 0. I don't know how many extra minutes we're having to play, but it's at 93 and 20 seconds at the moment, so I shouldn't imagine there's long left on that. So fingers crossed and well done, to Nottingham Forest for keeping Liverpool to a draw. I'd just like to thank everybody that's looked at the previous videos and smashed the likes and subscribed. I'd just like to say again that we are trying to build a community, and it would be nice if you continue to smash a like, get in the comments, turn your notification bell on, and press the subscribe button, and obviously share the video, because the more people that see these, hopefully the bigger community we will build. So I'll be doing another one again on Tuesday, the day after our game against Aston Villa. Hopefully we'll be able to report that it was a good game and we've come back and picked up where we left off from the 4 winning games, especially with, as I say, the players having had a bit of an holiday and then come back hopefully fresh and into training and, getting it in the minds that they're in a good position now for Champions League football, and not to throw away chances like we did earlier under Amrin when we was in 3 to 5 points of Champions League football and they could have got in the top 4 and they were slipping up with a draw or losing. Hopefully now they realise under Michael Carrick that they can't afford to do that, and every game's realistically a cup game. So, as I say again, I'd like to thank everybody, and don't forget to smash a like on this video and please press the subscribe button. So thank you very much, and I will see you all on Tuesday. It's still 0-0 with Nottingham Forest defending the ball, and it's just gone out for a Liverpool throw-in. So I'll just stay on air for a few minutes till the end of the game, just to make sure that it's a draw. But it's Gomez at the moment, down in the final third. Just throw the ball back into play. Oh my God. Liverpool have just scored. That is not good for us, folks. It still puts them a point behind us, but is it a point? They'll be on 45. So if we win and we go on to 48, we will be 3 points clear of Liverpool and Chelsea. But that is heartbreaking for Nottingham Forest. I mean, they've played well for 90 odd minutes, and right at the end, Liverpool have managed to sneak one. I don't know whether it's just being looked at by VAR. They seem to be showing the replays again, so we'll just hang on for a minute. It was actually put in by McAllister. Gomez took the throw in. It went across. I can't see who picked up the ball. It was Liverpool's number 8, and he put a cross in, I would say about 5 to 10 yards outside the 18-yard box. There was a bit of a scramble. The ball came down off the ruck that was going on, and McAllister planted the ball from about the 6-yard box into the Nottingham Forest goal. But it is being reviewed by VAR as we speak. So obviously they must think that they've seen something there. So we'll just hang on for a minute. Yep, it looks like, yes, it looks like VAR have awarded the goal, I think. They're just showing a potential offside, and it just slightly looks like the Nottingham Forest player that was at the back of the Liverpool player on the 18-yard box line. It looks like his foot was slightly more forward to the Liverpool player. So yeah, the goal has been given. So it's unfortunately Liverpool 1 and Nottingham Forest 0. But the game is still going. I think they've played about 98 minutes. The ball has just gone out again for a throw-in on the halfway line, and it's gone to Liverpool. Yeah, full-time whistle's gone. So sorry to have to report that Liverpool have nicked the goal right at the end of the game. But there we go. As I say, if we can do our business tomorrow, even though Liverpool are on 45 points now for that win, the same as us and Chelsea, if we can, get that win tomorrow at Everton, then it'll give us 3 points clear of Chelsea and Liverpool again. So all's not bad, but as I say, we can't afford to go to Everton and slip up in any way, shape or form. So thank you very much, and as I say, smash a like, press the subscribe button and share the video. Thank you very much.